Today, we're going to show you how to put together your pilot resume in 5 simple steps, and we have a free gift at the end. Hi, Carl Valeri with Aviation Careers Podcast. Ever wonder how to put together your pilot resume? Well, we have 5 simple steps on how to put together your pilot resume, plus we have a free gift at the end. So stay tuned and let's take a look at the video on how to put together your pilot resume in 5 simple steps. Your pilot resume in 5 simple steps. So why do we have a pilot resume? First of all, we have to determine if you are qualified for the job. Next, we want to determine if you can pass a 10-year background check. Also, it'll highlight your accomplishments, and it'll share your activities and interests. Provides especially all the relevant contact information. This is a very important part of that. Step 1 is to make a 1-page resume. So it's just 1 page. I know many of you have other careers and you want multiple pages, just 1-page resume. By the way, you see the samples in this video. They'll be available in the next lesson. So all these will be downloadable as PDF files. Step 2, qualifications. You want to demonstrate in writing that you are qualified for the job. List all your certificates and ratings. Make sure your FCC Restricted Radio Telephone Operator's Permit is on there. If you don't know what that is, we'll have a link so that you can actually go and get your FCC Restricted Radio Telephone Operator's Permit. Make sure you have a Class 1 medical or a medical certificate required for the job. Usually I tell people if you're looking for a job at an airline, a corporate job, make sure you get your Class 1 medical and put it on your resume. There are a few flying jobs out there for some instructors that you don't need that Class 1 medical, but in general, you want to make sure you put the Class 1 medical on there. Also make sure you have a current passport. One that's not going to expire in the next 6 months. Make sure that's on there. If it is going to expire, you want to make sure that you actually renew your passport, and we'll have a link to that also. Make sure also your hours are broken down by category. This helps me, the recruiter, tell if you are qualified for that job. If I need someone with 3,000 hours, I can look at your total time and say, okay, you have that total time at 3,000 hours. If not, we can move on to the next resume. Step 3 is your work history. You want 10 years work history. Keep the descriptions very short but informative. Have a contact for all your jobs so that if it won't be on your resume, but make sure you have a contact. There'll be a follow-up later on. And be ready to explain all gaps in your resume. With that, make sure you have a contact for any gaps in your work history. Step number 4, any additional information about you. Any activities, awards. Make sure you think social responsibility. Very important for corporations these days. So think any activities that would be included in the corporation's social responsibility. You're communicating to the recruiter that you're more than just a pilot. Please don't be shy when you're putting in information under this additional category. Step number 5 is your contact information. This is really important. Many people forget to do this one simple step. And what you'll need is your name, an address, a phone number, email address, and your LinkedIn account. Many people have LinkedIn accounts. I highly recommend them because LinkedIn is where all the recruiters hang out. And you'll be able to interact with them one-on-one. So make sure you set up a LinkedIn account. And if you don't know how to do that, of course, we have the career coaching will help you, but we'll put another video together for how to put together a LinkedIn account. Very simple to put together, and there's some good examples out there. Using a photograph, you have to be careful. Some photographs, make sure it's professional when you place it out there. Make sure the image you can look at it and say, this is a professional pilot. I usually recommend not to use one, but many people do like to put a photograph out there. If there's a reason that you might feel that your photo might cause you to be discriminated against, I'd say leave it out for now. But a photo has to be very professional. You don't have much room on your resume, so if you can put it in there, be creative. All the samples we have, by the way, of these resumes, these are just samples. You can go to town and do it any way you want, but make sure you make it so that it talks and speaks towards you, but it's also professional. So in review, here's the steps. Number 1, make it 1 page. Step 2, list your qualifications. Step 3, your work history, list that. Step 4, any additional information. And step 5, make sure you put your contact information on the resume somewhere. It can be at the top, it can be at the bottom, but make sure I at least know your name, your address, your email, phone number, and maybe a LinkedIn account. Some people don't like to share all that information. If not, you can leave it out, but you're eventually going to have to give it over to the recruiter so they can actually get in touch with you. So make sure it's in there. Well, I want to congratulate you on taking one step today to move towards your career goal by setting up a pilot resume. And if you remember below here, the next lesson, you'll be able to download some of those samples. Those are just samples. They're used as a guideline. Make sure your resume reflects who you are. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video about the 5 simple steps in putting your pilot resume together. We have a free gift for you. By using the coupon code FREERESUME, you will get those free resume samples that we talked about in the video. It's an online course. You can go to aviationcareerspodcast.com, click on courses. We'll also have a link to the course at the bottom of this video here. For just subscribing and being a friend of the podcast, we want to give you something for free. So free resume, use that coupon when you click on the course below. Always can go to aviationcareerspodcast.com and get that. Plus, if you're one of the coaching clients, you get this course for free. So don't forget to use that free resume coupon. Here on the screen, we'll have it here, free resume coupon. And please subscribe, click on the bell so you get notified when there's a new video out here on Aviation Careers Podcast here hosted on our YouTube channel. Thanks for listening. Safe flying. We'll talk to you next episode.